Hello everyone, it is Thursday, January 30th, and what have I been up to in the crochet world? Well, Jayda blankets. So I had two to make for this one woman. They were both commissions, and then she said she wanted a third one. So thank goodness I had extra Jayda panels made. Now I had designated those extra panels for my great nephews, but I can make more panels later for them. So let me just show you. You can see these are the three blankets I'm working on. And so what I have done is all the borders are done. Suns are all sewn down. The barns are done and sewn down. The lighthouse, the whales, and the sailboats all done and sewn down. I have all the houses made, and I don't have one of the sets does not have the windows and the doors sewn on, but the windows are all made. I generally make the doors kind of on the fly as I'm sewing things down, so I can find a good contrasting color for the door. Yes? Okay. And I have some of the trees made, but I need to work on those. And I have other things today that I need to work on. I was thinking maybe today I would get all the clouds, tractors, and horses done. Not sewn down, just made. And anyways, I'm feeling pretty good. The gal will be here in about, well, she'll be here I think on the 15th of February to pick them up, but I'm hoping I'll have these all done by next weekend. That shouldn't be a problem. So that's that with that. And I've made one granny square because last night after working on windows and houses for a while, many hours, I said, I'm going to make a granny square. So I did, made one. And I have a picture to show you of the nursing home patient who received that blue afghan that I made recently. I'll put that right here. Now the interesting thing about that, I'm just going to read to you the text my friend sent me. Let's see if I can find it. Because I want you to think about this and the nursing homes in your area or the convalescent homes, because a lot of those elderly people have no family. All their money, all their Social Security is going towards their upkeep. They just have nothing, really. So this is what my friend wrote to me after she delivered it. She said, I just got home. When I left her, she was looking down at the blanket and said, I can't believe someone that did not know me sent me such a beautiful thing. And then she said, only God could do this. And she was smiling and she went to bed very warm. She said, this is so warm. I think she's been cold for a long time. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that, you know, as people get older and into that elderly stage, that they are not able to maintain a good body heat, and so they're cold. And it's not like the nursing home is going to provide them with nice warm blankets. So just please remember your nursing homes this year and maybe make a few blankets to donate. So last weekend on Sunday, I went to a funeral. It's funny in a way that since I moved out here, I've been to 4 funerals, and before that I'd never even been to a funeral, even though I've had people in my family pass away, like my grandparents, but I was very young and didn't go to their funerals because they were on the other side of the country. But to go to a Japanese funeral is very different in a way than going to another funeral. Now maybe this is true for all Asian cultures, I don't know. But in the Japanese culture, when somebody dies, their relatives all send money to the family to help pay for the funeral. And I mean, even when my father passed away, I received some money from the landlady's cousin towards my dad's funeral, which of course was already paid for and done, but it's just kind of, it's like a gift thing that they give to the family. But anyways, afterwards, we, and the funeral home was in downtown LA, it's Fukui Mortuary, and afterwards, everybody, and there must have been, I don't know, 60, 70 people at the funeral, and we were all invited to have lunch at this place in downtown Los Angeles called, I think it was the Plum House, and it was right in the middle of Chinatown. And Chinatown in downtown Los Angeles is really more of a tourist trap than actual Chinatown. Because I live in Chinatown, and it's not a tourist trap. It's where the Chinese people live and the Asian people live where I live, and they have their businesses and their banks, but it is definitely not geared towards tourists. So that's the whole difference. I mean, downtown Los Angeles is just, you know, decorated and all kinds of Chinese motifs, and it's, you know, the stalls are geared towards the tourists buying Chinese trinkets and stuff. And that's not the way it is out where I live. So, yeah, that was interesting because I haven't been to Chinatown except once. A friend took me back in, I guess, 1994. And, you know, if you have no need to go to that part of town, you just don't go to that part of town. But what was interesting at the funeral was, of course, here I am, this European-looking Caucasian in with all these Japanese people, and they knew I wasn't part of the family. So, and of course, and it was my landlady's uncle, and so she had to go sit at the front with the family, of course, and I said, well, I'll just sit in the back. And the usher was like, no, you're not sitting in the back, you're sitting in the back corner. They're just like, you are not part of this scene whatsoever. And I mean, I was like, oh, well, whatever, it's fine. So, and then when we went to the restaurant, I was with the landlady and her cousin's family and some other cousins, and they had reserved an entire room of this restaurant for the people at the funeral, and there just wasn't enough room for all of us. So the landlady and I and her cousins, we sat at a table just outside of that room, and actually it was much nicer. I mean, it was just so nice to be able to hear each other, for one thing. And the food just kept coming and coming, and it was like, oh my goodness, there were only 7 of us at the table, and they must have brought out at least 7 heaping things of various foods. So that's like, if you had one of those heaping things per person, it's like, that's way too much food. Anyhow, we all had leftovers. And then we even took home one of the big, huge floral displays from the funeral. And yeah, that got divvied up with the flowers. So yeah, that was my Sunday. And since then, I've just been crocheting like a fiend. Try to set myself little goals every day of what I'm going to crochet. And yeah. And today I went on some errands for the landlady, and one of them was to AAA to get some maps of a couple of cities because she's got to move. She has to move. But the problem is she's got 22 cats. Now they're all fixed, of course, but the logistics of moving 22 cats is really difficult. But she's had offers on the property, which is a commercial property, and so she's thinking between 2 and 5 years more is all she can stay here. And I've told her, well, you know, wherever you move, you're still going to need as much help as I give to you now. So wherever you go, I'll just move to wherever you go, because you're still going to need help. You still need somebody to drive you places. You still need somebody to run your errands. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I just have no idea what's coming in the future. I hope to, it would be nice if she would just be able to stay here, but it's just really, you know, the property taxes and yeah, just it's not working out. So anyhow, keep me in your thoughts. Also, I was going to say, in 2 weeks from today, I have to go in for a very minor surgery on my ear, because this ear has a lot of pressure inside it, and there's a lot of, it's air pressure, there's no fluid, but it's like there's a very tight balloon. It's just blown up as full as it can be, and it's inside my head, so they have to put a tube in my ear. I'm 60 years old and they're putting a tube in my ear because I'm basically just deaf in this ear. And oh, there goes a helicopter. So they'll put a tube in and hopefully I'll be able to hear again. And I don't know how long the tube stays in. I've heard up to 6 months. And sometimes it just falls out by itself, and then, or sometimes they just remove it. But anyways, I have to go get that little procedure done in 2 weeks from today. So I guess that's about it for now, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a great crochet weekend. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.